Hello again. I'm going to use a three-part video to talk about how to reconstruct a luxury goldfish hobby. It takes 3 generations to raise luxury bloodline, then more generations to actually raise a royal bloodline. Before the tropical fish became popular, goldfish was once the royal pet for the Chinese aristocrats. As the commercial hatchery mass-produced the common goldfish as feeders to supply live food for the predatory fish. Goldfish has lost its former glory, once only the privilege for the wealthy. It all changed. Today, the goldfish probably among the most abused and take for granted pets in the world. In this video, I will talk about how to identify the common grass fish, luxury breeder, and the royal pet, the royal goldfish. The luxury goldfish hobby is not about decorating, it's about to appreciate the perfect individual fish. The purpose of luxury goldfish hobby is to raise perfect goldfish, same as to raise champion horse. For pleasure, for the knowledge, for the competition, for the honor. In the old time, each aristocrat family, they have inherited generations of old goldfish bloodline. In order to breed them, then you have to categorize the fish you have. About these 3 categories. I choose the common goldfish as the breeding stock because I could not find the fancy goldfish in the West. So, due to the massive production, in fact, the common goldfish, they have some advantage, which is among the feeder fish, you can find some almost perfect individual fish. Goldfish hobby is not about just develop a new variety, but it's about the perfection. You can find the perfect individual, even the wild common goldfish, so you can develop your own goldfish bloodline. The first group is common grass goldfish. These fish are very strong with short tail, they move fast. They are best for keeping the pond because they can take care of themselves. And they're breed ready. However, they're not very valuable for the fancy fish keeping. They're too wild. If next generation, if they're tank bred, then they will have much better behavior and more elegant. The second group is called luxury breeder. So this group focused on breeding. The body has to be strong and all fins and the details like scales and colors all have to be in good condition. However, due to the commercial breeding, they're not very strictly selected in color, body shape, and the length of the fin. So you have to breed them. If somebody wants to develop quality fish, then you have to at least breed them for 3 generations. When I was living in Europe, I read a book. The American during the 60s, and they discovered the comet. So they registered as the person who first discovered this goldfish. Well, in fact, nearly 1,000 years ago, China already had, which is like the bird swallow. The tail is like this. It's long. They call swallowtail. They haven't registered it because they have always have it. Why Chinese never pay attention to the comet? Because it's wildness. Chinese don't regard it as very valuable. Chinese like to breed the goldfish form in a very fancy nature, which is very adaptable
and also very calm with an elegant quality.
The last group is the royal fish, the royal pet. Call them royal fish because they're individual fish of excellent quality, fin and scales and proportion. The color requires special care. You need to put them separate, you need to watch them because they don't eat well. If they don't have their own space, then they don't grow very well. And their fins and the body easily to get damaged. They won't grow as big as other more strong fish. So when you spot one of those royal fish, you need to separate them. Keep them in a better condition. You feed them separately so they don't have to go fight for food. They like quiet. So the little bubble machine will be perfect. The royal fish, you do not use them for breeding because the breeding activity will hurt their body. It is very difficult to recover when they get scratched or damaged, so that will hurt or lose your appreciation value. To compare these three types of fish, doesn't matter it's a common goldfish or very, very fancy goldfish, they always have these three situations. One is the short-tailed, robust one. They grow much larger, much faster. When they're a baby, they're gonna eat other siblings. The second group is the breeder type. They're strong, but their body doesn't grow as fast as the first group. The third group is all picky eater. They grow slow, so that's why you have to separate them since very young.
In the old time, of course, the servants will surround the aristocrat, and they will be life-threatening if one scale of fin get damaged, right? So that's why they want to make sure all the fish to be perfect. Imperfection, that's a no-no in the luxury goldfish hobby. The next video I'm going to talk about how to establish a royal bloodline. And also I will talk about how to raise them, how to breed them. Alright? Thank you for watching.